The morning rush at downtown coffee shop was in full swing when Ernest Brown struggled to keep his eyes open. Working double shifts while caring for his sick mother meant sleep was a luxury he couldn't afford. His medical school dreams seemed further away with each passing day. "Grande caramel latte, extra hot," called out the elderly customer in a tailored suit. Margaret Wilson, according to her credit card, was a regular who always ordered the same drink. Ernest's exhausted hands trembled as he worked the espresso machine. The lack of sleep, worry about his mother's upcoming surgery, and the stack of unpaid bills clouding his mind led to a mistake. He made the latte with regular milk instead of soy. "Young man," Margaret's voice cut through the morning chaos. "This isn't what I ordered. I'm lactose intolerant. This could make me very ill." Ernest's face flushed with shame. "I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'll remake it right away." "This is unacceptable," she continued. But something in Ernest's tired eyes made her pause. She noticed his worn-out shoes, the medical textbook peeking from his backpack, the way he swayed slightly from exhaustion. Instead of complaining to the manager, she waited for him to remake her drink. This time, he double-checked everything, his hands still shaking. "Thank you," she said, softer now. "Are you a medical student?" "Hoping to be," Ernest replied, surprised by her change in tone. "Just trying to save up first." Margaret nodded thoughtfully and left. Ernest thought that was the end of it. Another difficult interaction in a long day of serving coffee. The next morning, Margaret returned. "I'd like to speak with you," she said. "When does your shift end?" Ernest nervously gave her his schedule, wondering if she was planning to file a formal complaint. To his surprise, when his shift ended, Margaret was waiting at a corner table. "Sit," she said, gesturing to the chair across from her. "Tell me about your medical school dreams." Something in her kind eyes made Ernest open up. He told her about growing up with a single mother who'd worked multiple jobs to support him, about her recent diagnosis with a rare heart condition, about working double shifts to pay for her treatment while trying to save for medical school. "My late husband was a cardiologist," Margaret said when he finished. "He specialized in rare heart conditions. His medical library is gathering dust in our home. Would you help me organize it? I'll pay you, of course." Ernest couldn't believe his luck. "Yes, absolutely." The following weekend, Ernest entered Margaret's Victorian home, amazed by the wall-to-wall medical books. As they worked together, Margaret shared stories about her husband's career, his research, his dedication to helping others. "Robert always said medicine was about more than just treating symptoms," she explained. "It's about seeing the whole person, their struggles, their dreams, their humanity." MCAT. Over the next few weeks, Ernest spent his free time organizing the library. Margaret, he learned, had been a medical researcher herself. She began tutoring him in biology and chemistry, preparing him for the MCAT. One evening, as Ernest cataloged a shelf of cardiology texts, Margaret made an announcement. "I've been watching you, Ernest. Your dedication, your compassion, your willingness to learn from mistakes. These are qualities Robert valued in medical students." She handed him an envelope. Inside was information about the Robert Wilson Memorial Scholarship for aspiring medical students. "But why me?" Ernest asked, overwhelmed. "Because you reminded me of Robert. When I was upset about that coffee, you showed grace under pressure. That's crucial for a doctor. And your dedication to your mother. Robert would have appreciated that." The scholarship would cover his full medical school tuition. Additionally, Margaret arranged for her husband's former colleagues to review his mother's case, leading to a successful new treatment approach. 4 years later, Ernest stood at his medical school graduation, Margaret and his mother cheering from the audience. His mother's heart condition was stable, and he'd been accepted into a cardiology residency program. "You know," Margaret said at the celebration dinner, "that wrong coffee order was the best mistake that could have happened. It led me to my next purpose after Robert's passing, helping guide the next generation of compassionate doctors." Today, Dr. Ernest Brown runs a cardiac clinic that provides care regardless of ability to pay. A coffee machine sits in the waiting room, and he often makes lattes for nervous patients, remembering how a simple coffee order changed his life. In his office hangs a framed photo of him, with Margaret and his mother at his graduation, alongside his favorite quote from Dr. Robert Wilson's journals. Medicine is not just about healing bodies. It's about touching lives with compassion, because sometimes our biggest mistakes can lead to our greatest opportunities. Sometimes the people we think we've disappointed become the ones who help us achieve our dreams. And sometimes, a moment of grace under pressure can open doors we never imagined possible. If this story touched your heart, remember to subscribe to Moments That Matter for more stories that remind us how unexpected encounters can change lives. Because every moment matters, and every interaction has the potential to transform both lives and dreams.